Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 7, Episode 5, Hanging in the Balance. So, this episode was topsy-turvy. So, let's get into it. So, it starts off with, Zach asking Karen for a DNA test, and Pam and her are both shocked. And he was very adamant, like, I need to know that child's mind. Next thing you know, Trey comes up and interjects himself and like trying to be on the defense with Karen, and words were said and whatever. Next thing you know, Miss Lisa sees from the corner of her eye that she comes up and she was like, Zach, I told you not to come here. And yeah, eventually it got to the point where Miss Lisa was like, come on, it's time for you to go. So they leave, and Zach, this is a little expression like, ooh, like you think you're all big and bad, like coming to her aid and whatnot. So after that, Trey makes sure she's okay, gets her some water and whatnot. Then next Miss Lisa comes in. She was like, yeah, and she was like, when did you talk to Zach? And she was like, yeah, he came by earlier and I met him in the parking lot, whatever. And then next Danny comes out with a toast and she starts saying congratulations to Karen. And like, you did it all. You got a baby daddy drama and stuff like that. Karen takes a drink and is like, yeah, whatever. So I guess at this time, Danny leaves. And Karen and Pam, they talk or whatever. And basically, Pam was telling her, like, listen, let Zach be in your child's life. But now, Karen's to the point where she's like, I don't even want Zach to be in his life. Girl, what the heck do you want? Because in one minute you want him, the next minute you don't. Like, if stuff don't go your way, you ready to, like, dismiss and kick rocks. Like, girl, you too bougie and stuck up to be acting like that. Get out of your ways. Like, you doing too much. So after that night, okay, it's now the next morning. Fatima and Zach, they have a moment. She was talking about how, oh no, it's still later on that night. So he ends up going to the gym after he leaves Karen's place. And then Fatima was like, you went to the gym? He was like, yeah, I had to blow off some steam because I asked Karen for the DNA. This things went left and it's like blah, 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 blah. Fatima, she went to go get like some therapy books or whatever, brochure, to make sure because Mike was going to need it after all the stuff he's been through. At such a young age, it's a lot. So Zach was like, yeah, I understand that. I'm just so happy to be with you. I love you. I really do love you. And then, it's not Zach if he ain't talking about the boom boom room. So that's just what they did. He left them brochures there and they just went upstairs to do what they do. So it's now the next morning. Andy's at the office talking. Not Brian. Jordan comes to call and say good morning and see how things are going from the office. And she was like, yeah, everything is going good, but I still got this case and stuff to worry about. So I guess she decided to take her out for lunch or dinner, one of the two. So that was that. Hayden, he still got some plans up his sleeve to get Andy out of the position because he wants to be the one to run the company. So yeah, now he calls Gary and they start talking. He was like, now you got stuff to say. He was like, listen, it is what it is. So they heard about the scandal, about the other councilman, and Gary is really like off the hinges. He is like literally on a downward spiral, and it's just like every little thing sets him off. So he ends up breaking his laptop because he hears about the scandal, about the other one, and now he's thinking of ways to get to Jordan. So yeah, and Aiden was like, so what you got up your sleeve? You trying to do like a scandal thing? He's like, listen, I gotta go, I'll call you later. So that's that. Meanwhile, what else happens? Oh, Danny goes to, I think her name is Karina, goes to her therapy session. She basically gets to the root of her issues. She has a pattern of being with abusive men, and she likes to push away all the good guys. So Karina said she really made a breakthrough. She really cried. She talked about how her experience was in college and how, she met Preston and Jonah and all this other good stuff. Let's see, what else? Yeah, like I said, Gary's on a downward spiral. He found he takes drugs. He has that other guy in his office helping him. He's trying to do like a kid scandal. I seen that. What else? Penelope goes to his office for lunch, but he's not there. So she has lunch in her hand. Then she goes to sit down and goes looking through his desk. Next thing you know, she finds a picture of Andy. She's like, I put that to the side. She starts finding something about this document. She was like, this. And then she puts it back. Next thing you know, he's coming into the office and she pushes a book on his desk. And he was like, what are you doing in my drawers? Like, she was like, I'm just here to bring you lunch, see how you're doing. And he was like, nah, whatever. He basically just dismissed her. She ended up leaving. She wished him that he would come home tonight and stuff like that. Then the other guy came back in and he was like, Gary is literally losing. He was like, you need something to take the edge off. And he was like, nah, I'm cool. So he looks through his books and stuff like that. He tells the guy to throw away his lunch that she brought him. Like, he is losing his freaking mind. And then come to find out, after that, later on, I think Andy and Jordan do go out to dinner. And he's basically sitting in the car watching them. He got a gun in his hand. He got his drugs. He takes some of that. And he waits till they get into the car. Mind you, if he really wanted to shoot this dude, he would have shot him when he was standing up. You wait till you get into the car moving with the gun. It was like, oh, dang it, I didn't do it. Like, bro, you is just doing too much. Like, chill out. Sabrina, she's still on the mission of freezing her eggs. Rich is in the process of trying to open up a new shop. She's excited for him, but he ain't excited for her. He basically dismisses everything she says and says, I gotta go, I got busy customers. And she took that as a sign like, dang, that should be a red flag. It is a red flag. Meanwhile, we got Maurice. He's back on the dating scene with that new finesse app. He finds this guy named McDonald's. They meet up at, I think, Chris's little bar thing. Chris is the bartender hosting, and he sees how fine this man is looking. He is fine. And they start talking, and Maurice wants to know how his love life was. And he basically told him, like, listen, I just got a relationship 8 months ago, not because somebody cheated. He died. And he was like, yeah, sorry about that. Nice to see that you love somebody like that. And then he also asked Maurice the same question. Maurice was like, that's like a fifth date question. So he's trying to get to the fifth date, and we're going to see how that goes. Sabrina and Paige. Paige is so adamant of trying to get the new manager position that she's trying to screw over Sabrina when Sabrina knows what she's doing, because obviously she was the manager at her old place. So she's basically trying to say that Sabrina inputted some information wrong with one of her clients, and Sabrina read that and she showed her where the right stuff was at. She was like, listen, I gotta go call this man back because now you're outputting wrong information. After that, Maurice calls her and tells her, like, listen, I got some news to tell you. And she was like, I got some news to tell you, too. So, that was that. Also, Sabrina's gearing up for her birthday, so we're going to see how that goes. Let me see. What else? Yeah, like, Hayden has something up his sleeve trying to get to that position for Andy. And Andy's just, on the fence. And Fatima was trying to tell, listen, I know at one point, be sure he don't got no scandals, because at one point you did the same thing with Gary, and look what happened. So yeah, now Andy's now on her P's and Q's. She probably being very cautious and seeing how things go, because things can transpire out of control. Excuse me, like that. So she just on the fence about it and stuff like that. I really hope and pray that they let us know who Karen baby daddy is, because the way that things is unfolding, it look like Zach ain't the baby either. Because if you were so adamant that he was the father, you would shut him up in an instant. Okay, this is what it is. Yes, you were father. And I like the fact that her mom talked to her and was like, listen, if that's the case, why you won't let this man take the test to see if he's really the father? Whatever. And then she's asking her mom for money, because I guess she ain't got it like that. And remember, the money that Zach gave her, she ripped it up, so she ain't got no money. I seen somebody said in the comments of another video or whatever, on Instagram, whatever. Like, what happened to the money that Zach gave her? Or on Twitter. She ripped it up. She said she don't need that man money, but she know deep down she wish she didn't tore up that check. Because not the first time, that's the second time she tore up the check that he gave her. Like, at this point, let her kick rocks and just handle stuff on her own. You know how many people do stuff like that on because their mouth put them in a situation that they can't handle. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. In this case, don't bite the hand because your mouth is too big that you don't know when to shut up and receive that blessing. Your mouth can always mess up a situation for you. So you got to be careful and know when to, like, zip it. Because, yeah, so now she's asking her mom for money to pay, I guess, the rent on her shop. And I kind of believe that's everything that's happened in this episode. Yeah, Gary's spiraling out of control. Andy's on the fence and trying to see if everything is cool with Jordan. Sabrina still want to freeze her eggs. Fatima's still down to help Zach with his baby mama issues and stuff like that. Danny, she's still trying to get to the root of all the calls and stuff like that. Oh, Tony and Danny, they decided to meet up at work. And after her session, she felt like a little on edge with him. So she was like talking to Sabrina at the time when she was in his office. And he comes in and she's like all of a sudden like, oh, staggering. She got to get up and she'll talk to him later. They have a little moment. She tells him how she be pushing people away. And then she was like, yeah, you could come over tonight. And he was like, yeah, okay. And he was like, all right. So, yeah, I guess this next week's episode, Danny, she meets the kids. Like, you could tell there was something off about Tony. He was just too good to be true. You could tell all three of them guys that has something hiding. They're hiding something. Like, and now everything is starting to come to the fan and the light, and it's just like, oh yeah, y'all just thought they was cute and they did y'all great time. Now everything is about to hit the fan for real, for real. Hopefully they get Gary, lock him up because he needs to go to a mental ward. Somebody need to handle Hayden fast. Like, madam, where you at? Get your goons on him. Because, you know, Fatima is tired of his bull crap and I'm tired of it too. Like, let's let these people get a break. Like, come on now. So hopefully I didn't miss nothing in this episode. If I did, let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.